Welcome to Chat with Nat. We have Jose Aguayo visiting with Nat Frothingham. Get to know each other.
Jose, what brings you to Montpelier, Vermont from where?
Well, we moved here from northern Spain, from the city of Bilbao, where the Guggenheim built their museum 20 years ago.
Oh, yes. You've been there. You've seen the museum.
I've seen the museum.
Is it as sleek and beautiful as it looks like in pictures?
It is something else. It is unique. I actually was not expecting to be a fan, but when I got there, I saw the museum itself and how it has affected the town in the last 20 years in a very positive way. And there you can see how art can have such a tremendous
Impact.
in a city that used to have something like 5 steel mills and a shipyard. And I remember being there in 1986, and it was this sooty, nasty sort of town. And I had to keep it to myself because my mom's from there, and she would always tell me about this. She was a refugee from the Civil War, and as a child, I'm sure when she left, it seemed such a nice, pleasant place to grow up. I'm sure when she was a kid.
So why did you leave that for this? This being Montpelier, Vermont.
We were faced with the realities of Spanish bureaucracy. The Spanish Inquisition equivalent.
We have a bureaucracy in this country as well.
Yes. I've worked in bureaucracies in this country, and I've worked at the golden bureaucracy. Apparently, I worked at the UN at one point, and somebody told me you're in the golden bureaucracy, but you're not golden until you're in Spain, and you ask for an appointment to get information. You go, you must do that online, and then you go, okay, I'll do it, and then by the time you get to the computer, it's 5 in the afternoon, and you log on. It goes, oh, you must log into the system at regular working hours. So, technology.
What are you doing here? What are you doing here specifically?
Well, my wife and I had to double back. We used to live in far west Texas, actually a place with a lot of art. A town just near the closest town. I always, how you say, I once met so-and-so famous. Well, we lived next to the famous town of Marfa, Texas. And in the world of minimalist art, that's kind of like Mecca.
Uh-huh.
And so there's cowboys and, banditos and whatever. And then there's, Richard Serra and some other big artists that Donald Trump, an artist from out there who got money from New York, bought an old airbase. There's some tremendous minimalist art.
Great.
If you like minimalist art. But anyhow, we were not going to go back there. We had sold our home in this little town, Alpine, Texas. My wife and I worked at a college out there. I was sort of in your field. I was a student publication advisor, so I helped the college students put their newspaper together, their yearbook, and then I got involved in the worst thing you could ever get. You can only be. I suppose journalists have a bad rap, but you can tell.
A very bad rap.
But then I went into the legislature to work as a clerk in Austin, so I don't know which is worse. It's somewhere in there.
Mm-hmm.
So we weren't going to go back. Texas has a lot of issues, and I'm originally from Mexico, and I had been educated in Canada, and I can recognize a good place when I see it. And many times I'd come to Vermont, and I always thought I need to have an excuse. And the only excuse we had is that we had to run out of Spain. I said, Vermont, there it is. Right. Head to Vermont. And
you are welcome. You are totally welcome here, and a near neighbor here at the college.
Thank you.